Did you know it's possible for a can opener to break? It is. This one, we've just gotten back from sledding. I'm sort of afraid to take off this hat. Ooh, it's a lot of hair. I'm looking like I did back in my days of ski instructing. In Aspen, I was a ski instructor. Yeah. Did you know that? I was a children's ski instructor, which amounts to very little, FYI. I did have this family one time. I was doing a private lesson, and guess who it was for? Jimmy Buffett. So I'm at Buttermilk, and I'm heading up the ski lift doing a private lesson for Jimmy Buffett's daughter, Delaney. They had Delaney and Sam. They each had their own nannies, and the nannies would sit on the picnic table while you taught disagreeable people how to ski, basically, right? I was hot rubbing earlier. My hair turned ice. I mean, it's pretty fun out there. I think I'm wind cold burned. You sound like you have a very good life. Well, you know, Anita, I do have a good life. I mean, I don't live in North Korea. But yes, I lived in Aspen between college and grad school. And I was a nanny for John Oates of Yolkis is on my list, and then a ski instructor. So I'm on the ski lift, and I'm riding with Mrs. Buffett. Mrs. Buffett and I. And then on the other ski lift is the Mrs. Buffett's ski instructor and Delaney. And so we're riding up on the lift, and I said very innocently, like a 21-year-old would, "Oh, do you not ski much?" Oh, we're doing a subscriber video after this. We're going to give you a little sledding update. And she went, "Of course I ski," or something to that, effect, with this like annoyed voice. "I just don't like the lines." So you pay for a ski instructor so you don't have to wait in the lines. Like, who knew that somebody did that? It's actually brilliant. And if I ever had money to burn, I guess I might do it too. I don't know. I don't even know why I told y'all that story. Well, people being insane. And yes, it was a good job because you get treated like dog doo-doo when people shoe. What was that? Oh, the ice maker. I didn't know what that noise was.
You should make chili.
Make chili?
Yeah.
Well, I tried to go to Wendy's, but it was closed. I've got beef vegetable soup on the stove.
Oh.
I've got barbecue.
Don't want.
I know how to make chili.
Great.
How's Thomas feeling today? Little Thomas is, he's just gone up to lay down. He's doing okay. Oh, so, but you get treated crappy when you work in jobs like that. And it's really good for you to have that experience because, I was raised in North Carolina. I had a nice family. I had never been just treated like the hired help, which I was. But anyway, very good experience. I would encourage anyone to do that. But speaking of just being naughty in general, the main thing I want to discuss is tell Russell to make his own chili. Oh my God, Russell refuses to make anything that comes from a can. So if you said, let's put a can of tomatoes in it, he'd be like, no, it's a can. He also doesn't like to eat things that have been frozen. Oh no, I've got a can of something that's gonna be my friend. Look at this, hold on. One, I bought condensed milk without the sugar in it. So basically this is just milk. And my children were like, pet milk? We're not gonna drink pet milk. I was like, the brand is Pet. No. Jennifer, I'll tell that in a subscriber video. I wasn't gonna become Jimmy Buffett's nanny, but on that same chairlift ride, I was offered a job for $50,000 a year, and you can find out if I ended up taking it. Pet milk. This is what I bought. Manwich. I mean, oh, John Oates was good. He was so nice. His wife and I are basically the same age. This is my new friend. So a woman, you bought evaporated and not condensed. What the hell? I thought they were the same thing. What is the difference? In Page County, Virginia, have you heard about this? It's kind of old news. It happened on Thursday night, but I've been a little busy, so I didn't have time to talk about it. There was a school board meeting. So, you know, the new governor in Virginia is like, nobody's wearing masks. Parents know better. You know, we're not wearing masks, which I don't care what the hell you think. But there are children with really compromised immune systems. This variant of COVID is highly contagious. I would just like to point out, because I know more people with COVID than don't have it. So anyway, that's just my theory. I'm not into this governor, but whatever. So he says masks are optional. So in Page County on Thursday night, it's a rural district of about 3,000 people. And I would let you watch the video, except my daughter's watching TV. And they had a meeting to talk about the mask mandate. Should we undo it? Should we do it? Jennifer said she sent me the link. So Amelia King of Lurie, Virginia, about 40 minutes into the meeting, she stands up. Okay? I'm going to pretend I'm her, so just go with me here. The first thing she said is, so whether or not you believe or agree with masks or whatever, if you agree with her, you're dead to me, because this person is insane. She says, I typically come to these meetings with a written statement. I like to sound educated. And when I go off the cuff, I get really passionate. I'm not always able to say what I want to say in the appropriate way. True story. So her dad is a dentist. She's a dental hygienist. And she then says the last time when she addressed the school board, she went beyond her time, and she outlined that she does not like that people tell her she goes beyond her time. Do people that's like saying you're drunk as a coot and you got pulled over for drunk driving, but damn it, you don't like that the legal limit is 0.08. You're against that. So she said, the last time I was here, I did come with a prepared statement, and I did go over my 3 minutes. There were several people here who had a fit, and they cut the microphone off. Yes, we should cut the microphone off more. Why didn't they do that during those freaking presidential debates? And what the general public doesn't know is that someone, I'm not naming names, requested backup for arrest because I continued to speak past my time allotment. Get this. Here's this. This is really good. Oh my God, y'all are still talking about the condensed milk. Working in the dental field, mic drop. When do you say working in the dental field at a school board meeting? Working in the dental field, if somebody has a problem, I don't just cut them off at 15 minutes and say, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't get that problem addressed. But if you make another appointment, we'll see you in a couple weeks. They do too say that at the dentist office. If you go in there, look, okay, I got a bunch of cracked teeth. They're like, well, you got to come back in 10 minutes or 2 weeks and give me your $8,000. Okay, now here's the next thing. There's a lot of science. The dental hygienist is telling us about science. A lot of good science. You know, the mask protects the person that's wearing it. She said before she was interrupted by a board member informing her she had reached her 3-minute time limit. Okay, there is no research that says the mask only helps the people wearing it. If you are at that point in the pandemic where you don't get that, I am sorry, but you should check yourself in somewhere. I mean, this is like, I hate to say it, but my husband. I mean, me like, you've been exposed. Oh, I'm not exposed. I don't have it. I'm like, that's not exposed. Okay, now, that's 3 minutes, the person says. All right, no mask mandates, King responded with her hand raised to punctuate her words. Are you ready for this? And she said it very forcefully, my children will not come to school on Monday with a mask on. All right? That's not happening. And I will bring every single gun loaded and ready to. I will call every, okay, that's 3 minutes. You've gone past your time. It's a policy, a board member said. I'll see y'all on Monday. And she left the room. The bosses are dead. Let me just read that again for any, sanctimommies over here. Yes, Whitney the sanctimommy. Whitney thinks this is a wonderful thing to do. Whitney, I would like you to look up the concept of reading the room. Are you aware that we have had school shooters? Have you ever been to an airport? Have you ever said to the TSA, I have a gun and I'm going to bring it on this plane and I'm going to shoot everybody? Do you know what that's called? It's called you're getting arrested. Bomb threat. Do not fly list, Whitney. Whitney, I'm reporting you. My children will not come to school on Monday with a mask on, and I will bring every single gun loaded and ready to. I will call every. I'll see y'all on Monday. Okay, now, so Amelia, the dental expert, she gets out of there, and she probably thinks to herself, that was bad. Did I just threaten to kill people at the school board meeting? I think I did. So you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm a white woman, a woman in general, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call them and I'm going to apologize. So Amelia, she calls up there to the police department and she says, I in no way meant to imply all guns loaded as in actual firearms, but rather all resources I can muster to make sure that my children get to attend school without mask. My sincere apologies for my poor choice in words. Amelia should get the Manwich Oscar for this performance. I'm absolutely mortified. I would never do such a thing. I was only speaking figuratively. Nonetheless, I'm beside myself. I never meant to imply I would show up with actual firearms. I'm not a dangerous person and I'm not a threat. And I'm so very sorry for the way it came across. My sincere apologies for my poor choice in words. So she tells old Chief Bo Cook this. And you know what Chief Bo Cook says? Chief Bo Cook says, in regards to the comments made by a parent at the Page County School Board meeting, Lurie Police Department takes all threats seriously. The statement that was made absolutely caused public alarm. The parent that made the statement realized that and immediately contacted law enforcement to apologize because the statement was not intended the way it was perceived. Oh, Chief Cook, you were so nice to let that white woman apologize after she freaking threatens to shoot up a school. Note to self, Whitney or whoever, if your child does that, they will not be back in public school for the rest of the year. There is no apologizing. You know, the idea that we think you can just say something like that and everything will be fine. No, the school district said this. Her comments go against everything we wish to model for our students, and they go against the very nature of how we as a community should interact with each other. This kind of behavior is not tolerated from our students, faculty, staff, nor will it be tolerated by parents or guests of our school division. Dang, that's good. So then Twitter goes crazy because they're like, this woman's insane. And if anybody else did this, they probably would have gotten shot at the meeting. Let's be honest. So last night at 7 p.m., Chief Bo Cook, I guess, decided he was like going to be shot up. And they charged Amelia Ruffner King, dental hygienist, age 42, with a violation of the Code of Virginia 18.260, oral threat while on school property. The magistrate released King on a $5,000 unsecured bond. There you have it, folks. Yep. She's been charged with something. Finally. This is what is wrong with parents. This is the same parent. I want to remind you about, this is a sausage ball. The school shooter whose parents bought him the gun. And how, they didn't know he was going to use it. He did have a bird head in his room in a jar, but that wasn't really a concern. And then I want to remind you about Brian Laundrie, whose parents welcomed him home in his girlfriend's car. And did they say, Brian, where's your girlfriend? Maybe. But when Gabby Petito's parents called Brian's parents, do you know what they said? Ring, ring, ring. Nothing. They didn't answer the phone. I'm sorry. No, I'm not even sorry. There's a part of me that kind of wants to live somewhere like North Korea. If you do that, you're dead to me. Like, those people should be hung up by their gonads. Love your children. Love them. Do everything you can for them. But don't ever treat them like their life is more important than other children's lives. Because it's not. It is not. Yes, Amelia King, who, was speaking figuratively, had a Christmas card, talking with food in your mouth. Lori, see how I feel about you. Don't become a subscriber, because there's a lot of cooking and eating. And drinking vegetable oil, which is very good for your skin. Parents are making people like this. I mean, I totally blame parents. I do. And if my kids turn out shitty, you know what I'm going to say? I did the best I could. I'm sorry they suck, but I really tried. Seriously, it's not that hard. And if my son comes home in his girlfriend's car and says, I don't know where she is, I'm like, you asshole. We're calling our parents right now, and you're going to tell us what you did. Where is she? Are you crazy? You've done everything wrong up to now, but all you can do right now is tell the truth. Got me fired up. Betty Crocker sent me a bunch of Blueberry muffin mixes because I love them. Betty, if you're out there, send me more muffins. Okay, subscribers. We're going to talk here. We're going to talk about an Eastern North Carolina lunch we got here. We got some Vivian Howard barbecue. Yep. And we've got some of my favorite soup here. You know what this is? This soup is made from everything entirely in cans. The meat, or my husband calls it schmeat, The Schmeat is a can of corned beef that you take this little like thing on the edge and you pull. But all I'll be doing is watching you. Mindy, come over. Subscribe. Have a tater tot. Y'all want to see the snow? And then I'm getting off. Here we go. We got snow in Edenton, North Carolina. Ooh, it's real bright too. Look at this snow. Don't eat the snow cream on her. That's my snow cream. Yep. It's a bluebird day. Okay, subscriber, see you in 5 minutes. Bye.